is the 16th of January, and just a couple of days ago was a huge, massive attack from Ukraine on Russia.
For Ukraine tonight, Russia is now reporting a major drone attack on Moscow.
Moscow has vowed retaliation after Ukraine launched one of its largest attacks deep inside Russian territory.
Now, because of the war, only a few of the airlines that usually do flights to Moscow are doing flights to Russia right now. And in this case here, I'm flying with Air Serbia. So I'm from Belgrade, Serbia. Now I'm gonna do a direct flight to Moscow. It's about 3 hours and a half. And Air Serbia, which is the airline that is doing the flights to Moscow, has canceled flights to almost every single city in Russia except for Moscow. So I'm very, very concerned in flying to Russia in this situation right now. They could shoot down the plane or something like that, but hopefully that's not going to happen. And after a good 3 hours of flights, we have arrived here in Russia, and now I should get some rest. Just took a shower, gonna eat something, because tomorrow I have to wake up early and I have a lot of things to do. But before I go, take a look at this view. This is where we're staying here, and I know you can't see much because it's kind of foggy right now, but this is what I'm looking at right now. This is the view. So right now I'm in Moscow, Russia, at the peak of the war, and what you can see here behind me right now is the Cathedral of the Resurrection of Christ, and we're gonna go inside right now, and it's freezing cold out here. Welcome to Russia 2025. Just look at how beautiful this place is. Like anything else I've ever seen. Only in Rome I've seen something come even close to this. Now we're on the first floor, and what you're about to see is literally gonna blow your mind. Like, this is the most beautiful place I've ever seen in my life. And as you can see here, we're at the door. After we enter this door, there is a huge painting of Christ inside, and it is literally insane. As you can see here, it's already beautiful outside. So let's go ahead and let's go walk inside, because it's freezing cold out here. Now we're about to enter the most beautiful part of this temple. Take a look at this place. This is literally crazy. Like, in person, this is just blowing my mind. Okay, so we've just left the cathedral right now, and we're on our way to see Red Square. When I was coming here, I was really worried. I see people just walking around living their lives normally. Obviously, a lot of things are impacted. I logged into my Robinhood account, and Robinhood blocked me with over $500,000 inside my investment account yesterday, just because I tried to log into the Robinhood app from a Russian IP address. And you might be asking yourself, like, how are people living their lives if everything is blocked? Like, they can't use anything. For everything that we have in America, like, they have their own version of it here in Russia with a different name. So I'm not sure how they're investing in the stock market here, but the country is functioning. Like, everything is normal to people. They live their lives normally. And another thing that I've noticed here is that how they've adopted cryptocurrency. So people here are able to do a lot of things using cryptocurrency. For example, Bitcoin, USDC, USDT. You're able to pay for a lot of things. Like, I paid for the Airbnb that I'm staying. It's not an Airbnb, but it's their version of it here in Moscow City with USDT. So they often accept cryptocurrency as a currency here in Russia because they understand that it's very hard for you to bring money into Russia. Like, things here are very hard to get out, so you're limited to what's inside of the country. But if you're coming to Russia for the first time, it's very hard because nothing works here. Nothing. If you have American stuff, it will not work here. Like, your credit cards will stop working, your SIM card will stop working. I was able to get very easily here a SIM card on their website for like 400 rubles per month, like 350, all unlimited, and it's an eSIM, and it's a normal SIM card just like in any other place. So yeah, I was able to rent a car here with rubles. When you open a bank account here as well, they're gonna give you a card, and inside this app, you're also able to buy plane tickets, rent hotels, rent Airbnbs, all these kind of things, simply through the bank app, which makes it very easy for you to find things. Now we're on our way to the Kremlin right now in the Red Square, and I'm gonna try to record more for you guys. Okay, so the craziest situation just happened to me right now. I was... What?
You said about...
So here in this part of the video, I was actually instructed by one of the Russian locals not to talk about this issue during the war. So maybe one day I can come here and share this wild story that happened to me in Moscow with you. Now, today is the 18th of January, and it's raining and it's cold, but as you can see, everyone's enjoying their weekend. Today is Saturday. Everything is good. Let's go check out the Kremlin now. Now here you can see a lot of people just enjoying their lives. They're going about their lives in this fair here, and they're just enjoying their weekend. And before you make any assumptions about a country, just make sure that you understand that most of the time people don't want war. They want to live and let their lives in peace, and you can't just put every single person that lives in that country inside this box and categorize them as something just because of what you see on their news or because of what their government wants. Most of the time, people don't even support the war. Most of the time, people just want to live their lives in peace. I thought this place here was a pretty cool fair where people can ice skate, you can buy local food in the stores, and it was just a peaceful vibe all the way. So as I'm walking through the stores here at the mall, and I'm noticing all of these shops here, they're open, but they're closed. So they look like they're open. They have everything inside them. There's showing of mannequins on the door, but if you actually look inside the shop, you won't see anybody working at these shops, and there's nothing going on. After the sanctions hit Russia, all of these shops here closed. It's like Dior, they're all closed. All of the big brands in the mall are closed, and new local shops are trying to take over the stores that actually closed here in Russia after the sanctions. But it's really wild to go around the city and you see like lots of dead shops around. So as you can see behind me here is the Kremlin. This is where Putin stays, and this is where all of the decisions are made here in Moscow and in Russia in general. And also this here is a beautiful church, which is also a landmark of Moscow. I look like a journalist going around the city and just documenting places, but it's really incredible to see. I'm just really curious because during this time and what's going on in the world, I know that a lot of people have no idea what goes on inside Russia. There's a lot of fake media on the news. There's a lot of fake media in the US, so you never know what's really going on, and to be able to be here and actually see what's going on inside the real country in person and not just hear it from the mouth of other people is truly incredible. Now if you're thinking about checking out Russia, I highly recommend going to Moscow and seeing for yourself what the country is like, what people are like in Russia, because I really think you're going to be surprised. Stop listening to what people say on the news, to what people say on TV, because most of the times those news are biased towards each side. Some news are biased towards Russia, some news are biased towards the USA and Europe in general. So just stop listening to news, go and make up your mind for yourself. Go see for yourself. Nothing is gonna happen. As you can see, everyone's living their life normally. They're very welcoming, and you can always go for yourself and see what the country, the people are like, just so you can be more understanding of the actual situation. And that's it. I'll see you on the next video. Work hard, play harder.